The Neuschwanstein castle is probably one of the most popular castles worldwide, and even if you cannot pronounce its name, you probably already seen it or heard about it as the real-life Disney castle, as it was the inspiration for Walt Disney's Cinderella castle. If you're planning to go to this very popular German landmark, then this video is for you, as I will be covering my 5 best tips for visiting the Neuschwanstein castle. In terms of best time of the year to visit the castle itself is yearly round highly visited. Of course, in the months of the summertime, then it will be much highly crowded than in the winter time. But I usually recommend people to go either on the early hours of the day or late in the afternoon after the high peak of the most crowded time is gone by. Usually between 11 a.m. and maybe 4 p.m. is like the highest peak of people that is on the castle. And then after or before those times, then the crowds are a little bit less. Nowadays, because of the pandemic, of course, the crowd levels have lowered a lot. My first visit to the castle was back in 2019, before the pandemic started, and there were huge crowds. And my last visit was a couple of months ago, during this year in 2021, and then it was like a difference of, 75% less people. The town below the castle has very good parking space area, so if you're going by car, then you can park over there. Of course, like I mentioned before, depending on the time of the year and also the time of the day, then these parking lots could be already full, but at least there's good parking space on that place. You can also reach the castle by public transportation, by taking the train either from Munich or any other big city around Europe, and you just need to get to the Füssen main train station. And from there you can take a bus that takes you to the castle. Just be aware that you cannot go all the way to the top of the castle via the car or any public transportation. They all have to be left on the foot of the mountain, and then from there you walk. Once you arrive to the town that is close to the castle, then you can either take a carriage with the horses all the way to the top of the castle, or you can do it like the rest of the mortals and walk all the way to the castle. There are 2 pathways you can take to reach the castle. One goes to the ticket station and then the Neuschwanstein Palace. This is like a longer path, but it's the most popular one and the less inclined and the easiest to go to. But there is also another way that you can take through the forest, that it is a shorter path. It is a little bit more inclined, but it is less crowded than the other way. Yeah, that's a big question. This will depend more on the personal experience of each person. I've been to the castle twice already and I still have not been yet inside of it. However, there is a big difference from what it used to be before the pandemic and what it is now, because before you were able to go in the inner garden of the castles. You were able to see much more of it, and the entrance was only to go actually inside the rooms. Now with the pandemic they closed the gates and now you cannot enter this inner garden. You have to have your ticket to go inside from the gates. I do know from some other friends that have been in the castle that they say that the castle itself, inside of it, it's not such a big deal, that the tour inside of it, that is not so long and is not so big. So there are a couple of rooms to see and that's basically it. From my personal experience, I've been to other castles in Germany and I paid for entrance for the ones that I know that are much more nicer to see on the inside. So yeah, if this is the only castle you will be visiting in Germany, then yeah, go ahead, pay for the entrance. But if you're planning to visit it other places, then maybe it's worth to save the money there and go visit others. Now I've seen a lot of castles in Germany for the past 6 years. And out of all of them, I think this castle is not only the most beautiful one in terms of the architecture, but also the location where it is. The landscape around this castle is one of a kind, and I believe this is the best part of when you're visiting this castle, to take these amazing pictures of how the castle looks with the surroundings. I think the first spot that you can take a nice picture of the castle is from the resting area that is close by it. From there you will have a very nice view of the whole castle that you can take a very nice picture of it. However, the main spot that most people go to take pictures of the castle is from the Marienbrücke. This bridge is, however, very heavily crowded during the daytime, so be ready because you might need to get in line to get to it. Unfortunately, right now this bridge is closed because it's being repaired, so you cannot reach this area and either hike to the mountain that is after the bridge. For the moment, I have no information on when the bridge will be reopened again, but once it does, you should definitely go there and hike through the mountain because you will find other nice photo spots of the castle from there. For those of you that have a telephoto lens, you can also hike other areas that are a little bit further away from the castle that have also nice views of it. And for the drone pilots, the area around the castle is not allowed to fly drones. You will see signs all over the place for it. If you still want to fly a drone, then you can do it from the outer area of the castle. I managed to fly my drone from a less crowded place that it is allowed, just of course keeping the distance to the castle. I found out that not only the castle itself is interesting to see in that area, but there are so many other things that are very interesting there. There is the Neuschwanstein castle, the town of Fussen, the surrounding lakes, and hiking paths, and other activities like paragliding, and then going downhill in these toboggans is also cool. You can also do daily trips to places like Tyrol in Austria. From there you will find very beautiful landscapes of the Alps. We went, for example, to the Highline 179 hanging bridge, which was quite the experience. And from there you can also see the ruins of the Edinburgh Castle. We also took a cable car in the Hagenkamp area, which was also pretty amazing. Another daily trip you can plan is to visit the highest mountain in Germany called the Zugspitze, and one of the most beautiful lakes in Germany as well, called the Eibsee. It is a 1-hour away trip, but I highly recommend you to visit this place. If you're interested in visiting other castles in Germany, you can also check out my video that I did in the past about top German castles. Any further questions you might have about visiting this castle, please let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you're interested in seeing other videos around Germany or Europe. If you like this video, then I appreciate the like button. See you guys until next time. Pura vida.